computer's doing another backup. Well, it looks like my taste buds have adapted to lemon iced tea. Well, while it's doing its backup, might as well watch the next final 6 episodes. Hey, what's up guys? It's probably not maybe your favorite YouTuber here. I've refilled on food. I have this salad, macaroni and cheese, these 2 strips of bacon that I found in the kitchen, and a few potato chips that were left over. Oh. Sorry, I had to carry all this stuff upstairs one by one. I'm not a waitress, I couldn't carry them all at the same time. Anyway, here we go. Alright, Dalek's Master Plan Part 2. Get out of the thing. Come on, there we go. Okay, disc looks pretty clean. That opened up a little bit quicker than usual. Let me guess. Another reconstruction? Yeah, oh, that's different music. Oh, we jumped right to it, okay.
DALEK'S Master Plan at episode 7, which was the Feast of St. Stephen. And that was transmitted on Christmas Day 1965, and was the only episode I wasn't in. So probably you'll enjoy it more than the others, but I am.
I'm sorry, did he say that I was gonna enjoy it more than the others or not? Anyway, sit back. It's actually a very good exercise doing this. I think there's slight proof that they filmed 2 different scenes for the beginning of episode 7 and the end of episode 6. Because I'm pretty sure that in episode 6, it ended with the Doctor saying, the whole atmosphere is entirely poisonous. In the beginning of this one, he says the whole atmosphere is poisonous. The Doctor said the atmosphere was poisonous because they landed in a polluted spot of 1960. Like you know, like there was just a lot of gas around basically. It's a pretty funny scene when the Doctor exits outside and sees a whole bunch of policemen, and then Sarah's just like, oh, we've landed on your planet because it says police on the edge of the TARDIS. But yeah. I'm not trying to brag, by the way, by me eating this stuff. I just want to kind of show you that. Not kidding, I am just eating stuff while I'm watching this. By the way, I also believe that this is the first time since the Chase episode 3, or the Chase episode 4 I guess too, because they land in the haunted house and then on Mechanus. But it's the first time since the Chase that we had a single episode where the TARDIS takes off and lands in 2 places in the same episode. I've only been at this police station for what, like less than 10 minutes. And that's even with the introduction of loose cannon in there, so say like about 10 minutes, yeah. So now they're going off to this other place where it also happens to be Christmas. I don't know. By the way, these toasty pastries are good, you should try them. There are little bits of cherries in the middle. Okay, this requires some explaining. When they made the Dalek's Master Plan, they realized that if they continuously did episodes every Saturday, episode 7 would fall on Christmas. But then they thought, oh my god, a lot of people are probably not going to be watching TV because they'll be busy celebrating Christmas with their families. So if we just continue on with the Dalek's Master Plan, they would miss an entire episode. And there might be a few people who might see it, but not that many. So they decide, okay, well we're not just going to cancel the show, what about the people who are going to be able to watch it? So we're just going to throw in a Christmas special, which will have literally nothing to do with any of the Dalek's Master Plan. And it'll just be about Christmas. That way, the people who do get to watch it will still get an episode of Doctor Who, and we'll get a nice little Christmas thing. And the people who don't watch it won't be missing out on anything of the story anyway. But, like, now, we enter this place where they're, like, making a movie or something, and then it starts going like one of those movies before they had sound, where, like, people would just be mouthing words, and then they'd show the words. It's just, this episode, it may be reconstructed, but I highly recommend it just because you're going to be laughing your head off. There's also a hilarious scene. Steven and being carried away by police officers. Of course, it's not real, it's just a reconstruction, but I think that you guys deserve to see it. I want to influence you to buy the reconstruction, but maybe by the time you're watching this, they don't even make them anymore. So, here's a quick funny scene to give yourself a quick laugh. I have no idea what happened at the end there when they're filming. It said they all lived happily ever after, so I guess everyone's happy, so I guess that's good. But someone can explain to me exactly what happened. But anyway, that was the first Christmas special ever. People who do like Christmas special countdowns of Doctor Who never mention this one. But anyway, at the very end the Doctor supposedly breaks the fourth wall. Plenty of really hardcore Doctor Who fans really want to like think like, oh no, the Doctor was sending like a telepathic message to his home planet, but no guys, it was supposed to be a magical moment of the Doctor wishing the viewers a Merry Christmas.
Our time machine is now in pursuit.
They're using their time machine again. I haven't seen that since the chase.
The universe shall be ours.
Ironically, their last story, other than Mission to the Unknown. Well, that's episode 8, so we have the return of the monk. Remember him from the Time Meddler? Yeah, he's back. I don't know how he escaped though. Did he just do what I said in the Time Meddler review? Did he just squeeze inside and just flip the controls? I don't know. They did mention that it's an uncomfortable ride, so maybe that's exactly what they did. Anyway, there are these really pointless arrivals in like the middle of New Year's, I guess, to celebrate New Year's this time. Last one was Christmas, week later, New Year's. But also there's, they land in like a baseball, like what was that? Like they probably just wasted like $100 on that set. It was the 60s, but I don't know. They wasted however much money on that set. Like, why? Like, that's just kind of a waste of money. Like, the police box just landed, I don't know, maybe it's just to give a good laugh. I don't know. Anyway, so, straight on to episode 9, and we'll be halfway done. So now they're in Egyptian times. 'Cause why not? Whose idea was to cram all these ideas into one video? Wait, there it is again. Wait, listen. I think they just said damn it again. Wait, listen.
It will sustain damage.
There it is. Oh, damage. That's what they're saying. Damage. Okay. I was wondering, like, is there a play like after episode 6, that part where I thought they said damn it? I was just like, I should find a script online to see exactly what they were saying. Okay, damage. That makes more sense. So we have a scene where it's revealed that the monk's TARDIS is basically like Batman's utility belt. I still don't understand because I think, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure that still the inside of the monk's TARDIS still matches the outside. In this case, the inside and outside can still change depending on what the outside disguises itself as. So like, but still, like, how did the monk fit all these gadgets that he can just like come in and pull out and stuff like that? So like, so when the monk isn't there, then the Doctor enters his TARDIS somehow. I guess the monk forgot to lock it. And then we have this scene where the Doctor turns it into like a motorbike and a tank and stuff like that, and before turning it into a police telephone box. I didn't know that it was that easy to meddle with, because the Doctor like walks in for like 3 seconds and he's already changing the outside and stuff like that. And also then he takes something else out. So not only is the monk's inside of the TARDIS trapped in 3-dimensional space instead of hyperdimensional space, this is the longest they have to go. If you're marathoning the Daleks' Master Plan, this is the longest you have to go without seeing any movement. Because there's episode 1, which is just one episode, and then you have episode 2, which is movement. And then you just have episode 3 and 4 without movement, so that's just 2 episodes, and episode 5 is movement. And even so, episodes 1, 3, and 4 have a brief surviving clip in them that lasts for a couple minutes anyway, so you get to see partial movements throughout them. Then there's this, the longest that you have to go, which is 4 episodes, episode 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you have episode 10, which is movement. Then you finish off with episode 11 and 12, which is just 2 episodes without movement. If you're marathoning through the entirety of the first Doctor, though, it can go even longer, because then you have the 4 episodes of The Massacre after that, so that's 6 in a row. There's Marco Polo, which is 7 in a row. You can go a long way. But anyway, so episode 10 is surviving, but the quality on this isn't the best, so I have to bring back an old friend of mine. Bow, 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 bow.
Escaped. We left for 2 months. No, the war machines would destroy us.
War machines. Future references. What? Was this intended, this joke? Because there's a story that comes on later on called The War Machines, and it is in the same season as this one. But I don't really know, because it wasn't back then, because like nowadays they film everything in the season, edit it, and then release them every week. This one, however, is kind of like my YouTubing. I just film them, edit them, and then upload them in time. So, you know.
We got away.
I'm afraid not, young man.
Why not, Doctor? What went wrong?
I had to hand the real Terranium core over to Magic Chen.
Ooh, a little bit of a fumble of the line there. He said Magic Mavic Chen.
What, Doctor? What went wrong?
I had to hand the real Terranium core over to Magic Chen.
Speaking of Mavic Chen, I'm not racist, I'm just asking. Is he white-skinned or black-skinned? Because every memory that I have of watching the Daleks' Master Plan in the past, I think of Mavic Chen being white-skinned, but I just kind of realized that he looks a lot darker. Of course, like, it's kind of hard to tell because this is all in black and white, but technically, that should be easy to tell. I don't know, it's just, it's hard for me to know. So, that's the last of the monk, then. The doctor stole another thing, which turned out to be the thing that allowed the monk to know where he was going. So, now he's traveling through time, not only with the inside being cramped to fit the outside, but also now he can't control where or when he goes. So, he can't find the doctor now, unless if both of their TARDISes happen to magically land in the correct spot. Which is basically like 1 in infinity, aka impossible. So not known what exactly happened to the monk after this, because he never appeared again, like probably in a few novels or something like that, but it's kind of up to you if you want to consider those canon or not. There are plenty of rumors, and it could very well be true that the monk later became the master, but I honestly kind of want the monk and the master to be 2 different characters. Honestly, I want the monk to appear again, as soon as possible. Like, there are so many characters that I want to appear again from the classic series, and they are bringing them back one by one. Something to do with these creatures from a 5th Doctor story, I think are coming in Series 10 this year? I don't know, but anyway. Or, no. Or was it a 7th Doctor story? I don't know. So, it would be interesting though if the monk just randomly appears, and of course it would have to be in different regeneration, but it's revealed to be the monk, and he still has been like just going through time and space as long as he had. It would be interesting though, because it can go one of 2 ways. Either it can be like our time and the monk's time kind of coexist, and the monk has been going around for billions of years trying to find the doctor, or it could be like, because where we last saw the monk, he was stranded on an ice planet, maybe he took off from there, and then the very next spot is in the next time that we see him. And he's just like, whoa, you've regenerated? And then it's like, yeah, I've regenerated like 50 times, and stuff like that. Yeah, so, moving on to episode 11, gotta switch the discs up again.
We must destroy the Daleks! Destroy! We agree to go and defend
Who the heck is that? Wait.
and to organize a
Hold up.
save them! We must destroy the Daleks! Destroy!
Who is this guy?
To go and defend
Who's the weird funnel guy?
and to organize...
By the way, what happened to Brent? Oh yeah, he died. I was about to ask what happened to Brent. Episode 11 done. 1 more left. I guess might as well finish this last baby pizza thing. We have an awesome animation scene made by Loose Cannon right here. This is entirely animated. It's not even real, but it looks like it's real almost.
I'm not a fool. I get your plan.
Our only plan is to destroy the Daleks.
You were both able to fool the
Yeah, what happened to the Doctor? When was the last time that I saw him? I can't even remember. Yeah, apparently he just got separated from them while they were walking through Kemble. That's it. Wow. I just went through 13 episodes of that if we include Mission to the Unknown. Everything that Mission to the Unknown and the Daleks Master Plan built up to, it's done now. There's gonna be, well, until the Daleks return in future stories, there's gonna be no sequel or anything like that. It still feels like it just started. It's like at the end of the school year and you still feel like you're in October or something. 'Cause like, your memory can only hold so much, so like you're thinking back on all the stuff that you did, but you forgot a lot of it too, so it feels like you only have 1 month's worth of memory, even though you should have 10. I think that we actually heard the Daleks whisper for the first time in this one. The Daleks just like, "Are we to still assist him?" But he's like whispering. I don't think that we've ever heard that in any other story earlier than this. So I remember I was telling my grandma and grandpa this before watching this story, saying, "This is the last First Doctor story," and they were all just like, "Really?" And I was like, well, to have them fighting the Daleks, and they're like, "Oh." I'm gonna upload Grandma and Grandpa. My dad and stepmom have been going on Doctor Who marathons, and I have their reviews of the stories on my second channel. There's a link in the description below. And if it doesn't work, go onto my main channel, look in featured channels. It's called Careloo II. CAREALOO space THE space 2ND. And I'm gonna be uploading, and Grandma and Grandpa are already on season, I can't remember, but they're quite along in the story, and I kind of regret it. I was just like, they're moving a lot quicker than Dad and my stepmom. I wish that I filmed their opinions. So I did film their opinions of season 1. I'm gonna upload that on my second channel soon, so you can subscribe to my second channel for that. Also, this is actually the last non-4-part First Doctor story. I'm surprised that I didn't find that in the wiki. This is the last non-4-part story. Every other First Doctor story after this one, until his regeneration, is only 4 parts. The ending is a very complex thing. The wiki, this reconstruction, probably the animation, when it eventually comes to, it's not confirmed or anything, but this story isn't being recovered for a while, so whatever. They all tell different stories on what happened in the ending. I think this is what happened. I'm going to try and break it down for you, because I don't think that the reconstruction got entirely right. What happened was the Doctor and Sarah had the Time Destructor. It started aging everything. Like, everything is aging, of course, but it caused them to age a lot quicker. Eventually, the Time Destructor started to age things very rapidly, causing the whole jungle to just shrivel apart. Like, so it would be like ages away when the jungle has disappeared and stuff like that. And Sarah obviously dies, but the Doctor, who's a Time Lord and can live a lot longer than a human, manages to stay alive, even though he's basically suffering, aging hundreds of years a second. Meanwhile, the TARDIS is still fine, because the TARDIS is immune to everything. From a human shooting it with a bullet, to the Dalek trying to exterminate it, to even aging, the TARDIS can survive anything. Mainly because it's designed to blend in with its surroundings, so it doesn't age, because it figures like, oh, I'm just going to change my form anyway, so aging doesn't work. And inside, because of the spatial, and I covered my theory on the spatial dimensions of the TARDIS back in my review of the Time Meddler, but because of the temporal dimensions inside the TARDIS, Stephen and everything in it is protected from the Time Destructor and isn't aging from it. However, when Stephen, kind of fed up of waiting, turns on the scanner and sees the Doctor lying there, aging thousands of years, Stephen quickly runs out of the TARDIS, and then he starts to begin to age, when he finds Sarah just in a lump of ashes that are already blowing away into the wind. So then he finds the Time Destructor, and then tries to turn it off, but unfortunately he can't. He does, however, end up reversing it. So now, everything's not aging, it's reverse aging. So Stephen, who has been aged to like 60 years old at this point, then begins to start to reverse back to what he was when he exited the TARDIS. And the Doctor starts to reverse back too. So Stephen quickly tries to go and help the Doctor, but the Doctor sees him out of the TARDIS and he's worried that Stephen's going to die of aging just like Sarah did. So the Doctor quickly pushes Stephen back into the TARDIS. But then quickly the Doctor begins to see like, oh wait, I'm aging back. And then eventually he's back to normal. So then he quickly rushes into the TARDIS before he gets too young. So now they're in the TARDIS, once again safe from the effects, but before Sarah and the jungle can be brought back to life, Daleks come by and try to exterminate the Time Destructor. But instead, they end up not only causing it to go back to aging things forward again, but causing it to age things forward at an alarming rate, as if it wasn't already. And this causes the Daleks to age away. And basically then it goes to a point where there's literally nothing left, and it's literally just a giant planet of sand, and the planet's just getting worn away a little bit. And the Time Destructor is basically just like sprinting its giant aging, and it's got tons of aging to spare, but it's got nothing left. The only thing left is the TARDIS, and it's immune. The stuff inside the TARDIS is protected, but other than the TARDIS and the Time Destructor itself, it's just a giant planet of nothingness. Then the Time Destructor just continues to age this nothingness, and then finally it begins to age itself out of existence, and then the Time Destructor finally ages itself, and it gets destroyed, and once it's destroyed, that causes time to flow back to normal on the planet. So then once the Doctor and Stephen, who have supposedly been in this TARDIS for hours, waiting for the Time Destructor to burn itself out, exit the TARDIS and just see everything, and they begin to think of what a waste Brent, Katarina, and Sarah is. Many people get confused thinking that Brent might be a companion because Stephen mentions him just as well as Sarah and Katarina. I'm pretty sure he's not officially though. I don't really know what the rules of a companion are. I should make a video of that sometime. But anyway. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Would I recommend the Daleks' Master Plan? Yeah, a lot of people say it's their favorite, and I can see why. I will say my personal top 5 favorite William Hartnell stories once I'm done the William Hartnell era, which is soon. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like so that I know that you enjoyed it. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike so that I know that you didn't enjoy it. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. Tell me why, because it feels awesome to get some motivation. It honestly does. And leave it. And if you're leaving a dislike, leave a comment down below saying why you didn't like it so I can improve for next time. And if you don't tell me how to improve, how will I be able to improve? I'm just going to treat your dislike like it's a like. And subscribe so I know when the next video comes out. Thanks again so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye. And goes trusty sonic screwdriver. Wait, what the? Whoa. What the? Well, the sonic screwdriver is gonna last a lot longer.